Parler, it's an app you may not have heard of before, but after the Capitol riots, companies like Google and Apple are banning access to this app to users. Western Mass News reporter Lena Jakowski spoke with a media law professor who explains why.
Social media has been used a lot by really antisocial groups.
Certain platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube have stepped up their censorship guidelines to place certain limitations on the content posted to their platforms, Wiseman says. But that opens the door for less legitimate sources to emerge.
Parler and Gab and others have been appealing to groups by saying, we don't censor anything. And so that does allow criminal and other similar types of groups to use it for communication.
Companies such as Google and Apple are blocking access to these apps from users utilizing their devices. Wiseman tells Western Mass News that this is not a violation of First Amendment rights.
Protection of the First Amendment is only from limitations put on it by governments. So private companies have every right in the world to decide who can use it.
Wiseman went on to say that social media was used to communicate during the attacks on the nation's capital and shared the following tips for ensuring that your personal accounts are not at risk.
You also want to be protecting yourself from having your account be hacked and used by someone else, which can be done, and as a way of also them protecting their anonymity. So what you do is you have a good username, you have a good password, one that isn't the same as you're using for other accounts. If there's a data breach, suddenly someone has your password. And the big thing is use dual-factor authentication.
Dual-factor authentication ensures that even if someone does gain access to your username and password, they won't have access to your accounts. For Western Mass News, I'm Lena Jakowski.